Modern Christianity often translates Son of God into a simple equation: Jesus is divine. It is a phrase we hear so frequently it has become smooth, a quick doctrinal shorthand where the conversation ends as soon as the title is spoken. Outside the church doors, skeptics take a different angle. They argue the title actually comes from Greek and Roman mythology. They point to figures like Hercules, the literal offspring of a god and a mortal, and assume early Christians simply copied the framework of their pagan neighbors. The historical data points in the exact opposite direction. The writers of the New Testament completely ignored that pagan son of a god framework. The language they used was densely, exclusively Jewish, pulled directly from ancient texts. In its original first-century setting, Son of God functioned as a deeply textured designation. It drew on three converging streams of Jewish thought, while introducing a fourth dimension no one was expecting. Reducing this title to a modern Sunday school definition mutes the text. It strips away the explosive, highly specific claims that first-century listeners actually heard when those words were spoken out loud. The first stream of meaning comes from the royal king tradition, found in Hebrew Bible passages like Psalm 2 and 2 Samuel 7. In this ancient royal context, being a son operated as a covenant term. It functioned as official adoption language, declaring that the Davidic King was God's representative ruler on earth, without making a biological or metaphysical claim. This specific royal expectation remained highly active during the life of Jesus. When Roman soldiers nailed an inscription reading "King of the Jews" over the cross, they were deliberately mocking a Davidic king claim. The second stream moves from earthly rulers to heavenly ones. Second Temple Jewish literature frequently mentions the sons of God, or B'nai Elohim in Hebrew. These sons were understood to be preexistent angelic beings. They sat in the divine council and were assigned delegated spiritual authority to oversee the nations. The early Christians operated within this known framework, but made a stark distinction. Unlike those created spiritual rulers serving at the throne, they claimed Jesus was the only begotten Son, uniquely separate in his very nature. By inhabiting these first two streams, the title Son of God established Jesus' right to rule. It grounded his identity in established Jewish categories of earthly royal lineage and cosmic spiritual authority. A third stream pushes the claim higher into the realm of divine identity, drawing on Daniel 7's vision of the Son of Man and the royal enthronement found in Psalm 110. This diagram illustrates the earthly crown and heavenly sphere converging into a unified throne, sharing Yahweh's identity. Claiming this shared divine throne raised the historical stakes. When Jesus claimed to sit at the right hand of power, the high priest charged him with blasphemy. The final layer is the dimension of eternal intimacy, a stream introduced directly by Jesus himself. He consistently addresses God using the intimate Aramaic word Abba, a frequency unparalleled among rabbis of his day. He carefully structures his language, deliberately separating his unique relationship, saying "my Father," from his disciples' relationship when he says "your Father." He speaks of a glory he shared with the Father before the world existed, and claims a mutual, exhaustive knowledge of the Father, a level of knowing that created beings simply do not possess. This fourth layer introduces a core of eternal, relational intimacy that no earthly king, prophet, or angelic member of the divine council ever possessed. When these threads converge, Son of God means the Davidic King, the being above the angelic council, sharing divine identity, and the eternal Son. Remove the divine and eternal layers, and you cannot explain the blasphemy charge or preexistence. We can see this full convergence clearly at the very beginning of Jesus' public life, standing in the waters of the Jordan River. When the voice from heaven declares, "This is my beloved Son," it quotes the coronation psalm. At the exact same time, it echoes the chosen spiritual servant of Isaiah, while affirming an eternal, deeply intimate relationship. The title serves as a dense tapestry of ancient expectations, compressed entirely into a single life. Understanding the sheer weight of what those words meant leaves us confronting the exact same question his earliest followers faced. Who is the Son speaking to you?